Hello, my beautiful rainbow people. Welcome back to Campout for Freedom. Countdown to 420. My first attempt at creating the Nation of Zion. My dream, which comes from the Holy Bible of all things. Imagine creating a nation of pot smokers based on the Bible. It's the funniest thing I've heard. It's awesome. Because it's true. Today is April 5th. In 15 days, I am asking everyone who hears about this, who is sick of America, who is sick of violence, sick of racism, sick of money, sick of the corporates, sick of the politics, sick of everything. You want to go camping? Let's just walk away. Let's just walk away from the government. Let's walk away from the police. Let's walk away from the junk food. Let's walk away from the one percenters who think they have everything and have nothing when it comes right down to it. And let's show them just how much we don't need them, because we really don't. Because all of that crap that causes all of the division in America, well, not all of it, because there's no fixing a white supremacist. But aside from the white supremacists, money is the problem. Because 1% of Americans have all of it, pretty much, and the rest of us either get by or we don't. Now, because of the pandemic, we have a record number of people in the streets. Not a single one of those people needs to be on the streets. If you have no home, the worst possible place you could be is on the street of a city. I wish that all my beautiful rainbow people would go into the cities, gather up all those poor souls that have lost everything to the point of sleeping under bridges, and put them in your car and bring them to me in York, Nebraska. Let's pitch our tents here in York in protest of the moneyed elite, the corporate takeover of democracy in America, police brutality, racism, voting suppression, violence, gun violence, white supremacists, holier than thou people who think that they have the only right way when they have one of the many wrong ways. Look, up until 50 years ago, 100 years ago, the human race lived without all of the modern conveniences. And we can do the same thing, but temporarily. Because nobody wants to go without their Nintendo, or without game, their game stations, their TVs, their internets, their telephones, everything. We still want that stuff. But you know, I bet you, with good old-fashioned American ingenuity and the skills of all our laborers' hands, that we could go out west in the state of Nebraska, out in the panhandle where nobody lives, where we have enough sand for silicone to make computer chips, glass, everything we need, good earth to grow crops. I mean, we can all just go to the grocery store, get some vegetables, go out, pitch a tent, eat the vegetables, and plant the part we can't eat, and live on it forever. Go spend $10 and get a couple of seeds that are that germinate. You can feed your family forever. So for a very little investment, for food stamps, pretty much. With your food stamps money, you can get enough vegetables to plant to your garden and sustain yourself forever. It's like you can pitch a tent. Nobody's going to charge you for it. Dig a hole so that you have some place to go in case there's a tornado or it takes us long, you know, and unless we have to, let's build a place, you know. We can go out there and let the kids have mud fights with straw and water and earth, and we can bake them in the sun, create a kiln from those, and within a week, we can have a brickworks, and the kids will love it. They'll be out in the sun, enjoying themselves. No worries, you know. If you've got a garden growing in the ground, and you've got enough canned crap to last you until the garden grows, well, you might have to do with a little bit less meat until we can buy us a herd of cattle and start doing like the ancient peoples used to do. Get together on Friday nights and slaughter all the cows you're going to need for the week to feed your family. Instead of having factories that spew out garbage that we call food, we can go back to the basics for just long enough to set ourselves up an infrastructure that is sound, that doesn't use polluting fuels. We can go totally green from word go. And we can do it with very little money. If you can sew together 3 blankets, 4 blankets, you got a tent. I mean, you could do it with nothing if you had to. So if you're homeless on the street or you know people who are homeless on the street, say, hey, look, there's this crazy lady in York, Nebraska who wants to build a nation out of all of us homeless hippies, all of us broke people that America doesn't care about. I suggest that all of us outcast, outlaw, criminal elements that people don't care about, pack your bags, come pitch a tent with me, go back to the basics, re-engineer a new society that's not based on money, because money sucks. Money's useless, and those who believe in it are just as useless as it is. So if we take what little money we have, buy a tent, buy some seeds, we can go out in the open air where COVID can't live. And we can social distance in our tents. We're going to be too busy setting up our infrastructure to really do anything much. But we can get together in the open air with masks, in groups, have concerts, till we can convince the government to give us enough vaccines. But even if we just quarantined ourselves in our tents for 6 weeks, there wouldn't be COVID. And if we all took the vaccines, COVID could become like polio. Do you know anybody with fucking polio? My brother Eddie, God rest his soul, had polio. But you see, he got a vaccine before he got polio. And that made a world of difference. Because he grew up never confined to a wheelchair. He limped. He had many operations to try to adjust the polio leg to the other leg. But he worked a full-time job his entire life. He died a couple of years ago. after having retired from a full career. And he wasn't just doing little crappy shit. He was in hazardous maintenance. He used to climb on top of grain elevators. Thank God he had a vaccine. He didn't end up dead like many polio people. So let's do to COVID what America did, what we did to polio. Let's get rid of it. Let's vaccine the hell out of it. Let's quarantine ourselves until we can get vaccinated. Mask, social distance, in our tents. They say the best place to be is outside. So before B117 gets you, let's go camping. Because I don't know about you, but I'm tired of all the death. I'm sick and tired of all the death. I'm tired of being broke. Because you know that 1400's here and it's gone. And I don't see another 1400 in sight. I am blessed I have a job. But I'm willing to walk away from it. Because it's just a job. It's not what I want to do. It's not who I am. It's just how I make fucking money. So, if you feel the same way I do about America, let's just walk away. There is this great big empty spot out in the middle, out in Nebraska, in the panhandle of the state of Nebraska, where all of us could go camping. And just imagine what the United States government would do if every poor, homeless, deprived, racial, minority protester and every person who used drugs all just got up on the 19th of April, packed their bags, put the kids in the car, grabbed the homeless people on the way, and headed to York, Nebraska. And we all just pitch our tents everywhere until we stop showing up. And when everybody has showed up and nobody else comes to pitch a tent, oh, the world will know by then that something's going on. And if we all have our signs for all the different reasons that we hate America, I want to see a QAnon believer with his tent over here, and I want to see an Asian person right over here. Because you're both Americans. And you both hate America for what reason? Whatever reason, it doesn't matter. But we don't have to do it with violence. We don't have to do it the old-fashioned way, by force. We can simply just say, forget you. You people suck. Your ideas suck. Your law sucks. Everything you do, everything about you sucks. So we're going to go over here and we're going to go camping. And we're going to provide for ourselves because you aren't providing for us. And oh, by the way, we aren't going to be working for you anymore. So you're going to have to use all those other people who are unemployed to fill in our old spots. But we're not going to be there to consume all your crap. So you're not going to have any money anymore. Because we aren't going to use money where we're going. Because money is stupid. It does nothing. It is nothing. There's no need for it. We can go out there with what little we have, make do, until we can make more. And then we can be free. So join me on 420, York, Nebraska. Be there. Love you. Later.